Hey everyone, hope that you're doing well. So today I wanted to talk about how to take care of succulents. I remember when I started off taking care of succulents, they would always die and I would keep buying them and my parents would make fun of me because I would kill them in the end. But through trial and error and scientific experimentation, I was able to figure out what works for these plants and what doesn't. Once you get to it, succulents are not that hard to take care of. So let's get started from the basics. Succulents are very easy and very prone to root rotting, and we want to do everything to prevent that. So you will want to find a pot with a hole in the bottom so that the water can drain, and when you're doing that you also want to buy a saucer. I usually buy mine from Michael's or this craft store because I always get this coupon discount because I'm cheap. At some points you will notice that your plants get very long and just very stringy, so at that point you might want to replant them. I have one plant that I propagated from a cutting, but then it grew to be very long and lengthy, and that is when you should probably repot your plants. This is the key to taking care of succulents. The basic rule to succulents is to basically neglect them and deprive them of love and care. Usually when we get succulents, we're like, yes, I am a plant mother and I want to just give all my love to this succulent, and you tend to overwater and you tend to do a lot of extra things that they don't need. It's better to underwater them rather to overwater them because you can prevent root rot, and that's just the simple way to take care of them. I think it depends on your humidity, but I water my succulents once a month and sometimes even less than that, so it's better to underwater your succulents rather than overwatering them. When you water your succulents, you also want to make sure that the water gets down through the hole and drains into the bottom, into the saucer. You should really water your succulents mostly in the summer, sometimes in the spring, because that's just the growing season and that's when it's going to grow the most. And don't water your succulents at all in the winter because that's just when they're dormant. Actually, this is a little bit more extra. This is not necessary, but if you want to make sure that your plants grow, I would recommend this plant food. It's for indoor plants, and I got it from Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever. It's just a little extra fertilization nutrients for the plants. I don't use it that often. I only use it maybe twice during the summer and it works fine. The plants grow better. It's just something extra, not very necessary. Finally, I wanted to talk about my favorite part, which is how to propagate them, or this is basically a fancy way of saying how to grow more succulents. So what you want to first start off with is taking leaves from adult succulents. You might want to let them dry a little bit just to callus over for maybe 2 or 3 days, and then you put them on top of soil, and whereas with adult succulents you don't want to water them often. With these succulents you want to keep the soil moist, or if you're scared of infestation you can just leave it how it is, and eventually they'll grow very tiny stringy type of roots, and then they'll start to grow these gorgeous bulbs, and eventually the old leaf will rot and it will start to grow into a tiny little teenager succulent. The biggest tip that I can give you to taking care of succulents is to really neglect them. They really don't need that much care that you think they need, and especially when it comes to watering. And that is it for all the tips for this video. I hope that this was very informational. Please give it a thumbs up if you can, because I went through trauma while filming this. I got multiple mosquito bites on my hands while filming the videos for this video, so that was a lot of videos. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching, and bye!